Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Jason. As Jason said, I'm here representing the Advantage Proof of Concept Fund, which is a relatively new kid on the block in terms of the funds available in the West Midlands. We only launched on the 10th of October last year, so we're about 6 months in at the moment, with about another 12 months to go of funding available to be given out into the region. The Proof of Concept Fund is a £5.8 million fund which we use to give out to companies as grant in tranches of about £30,000. So if you do the maths very quickly, we're looking at over the next, over 18 months or so, giving out around 200 projects of £30,000, which, if you do the maths, we're doing somewhere above 10 to 20 grants per month. It's a competitive fund, so applications are considered on their own merits, but we're always going to take the best applications we look at. And I think, just top of my head calculations this morning, I think we fund somewhere in the region of 40% of the projects that we look at. So that gives you an idea of the kind of success rates we have. Digital media is one of our 5 key focus sectors, so hence me being here today. The others being healthcare technology, clean tech, advanced materials and transport technology. But it's worth saying that unlike 4IP and Screen West Midlands, we don't fund content, or we sometimes fund content, we don't fund content on its own. We fund platform technologies, innovations in business models as well, but largely we like to be funding something that is demonstrably innovative, that intellectual property might be registered around, where there's a clear element of design innovation. We can provide funding in several areas. Those are prototyping, IPR registration, market assessment and commercial consultancy. And the thinking behind that, if you look down that list, is that those are all external costs of developing new products and processes. So prototyping, typically, even if you're assembling it in-house, you'll have capital costs of equipment. It may be that you're giving it out to an external agency to fund, to develop for you. Equally, IPR registration, obviously you'll be working with patent attorneys and so on. And there's been quite a lot of thinking behind that and why that is. And what we really come up with, the reason why we do it this way, is because the single biggest hurdle to getting new innovations into the marketplace tends to be not the development work that a company or an individual does on their own in doing the preparatory work for an innovation, but when you come to the hurdle of having to put money into some serious pre-production prototypes, or into registering IPR, or into doing a whole load of coding or something along those lines. It's obviously essential to us that projects we look at have got some kind of commercial trajectory. We're not funding projects just because they're clever, and we see an awful lot that are extremely clever, but there must be some kind of rationale behind it that is going to have a high growth potential in the future. That may mean that it's a project you're developing that could be licensed out to a large company to commercialize, or it may be one that you're looking to commercialize yourselves. But the really important thing is that there must be some commercial thinking behind the project as well as clever technical thinking. Now, obviously, I'm guessing that there's an awful lot of people in the room who are very clever technically and are quite happy developing that side of it themselves. Hence, we're able to fund commercial consultancy. It may be that you're developing the prototype yourself, you have a good idea of where the technology is going to go, but you want some help in developing the commercial side of it. We can fund some external help for that as well. I think that's about it for me. We are, as I said, running through until March next year, which means I've still got about £5 million to get through over 12 months. So feel free to have a chat with me, and we'll give you a very quick decision one way or another. Our typical turnaround in terms of somebody making an inquiry through to us making an award is about 51 days. And for most people, we will let them know within about 3 weeks or so whether they're going to be successful or not. Thank you very much.